No, it's okay.
All
So
right.
what we're going to learn now very quickly is how
We're
to
gonna learn
duplicate.
today.
Yes, we're going to learn how to duplicate an item
Okay,
so that
where
later
were
we have a
we? Okay,
copy.
here.
Yes. So move your cursor to the far right. Well, you
Of
can't actually you can't do it from here. You have to do it through the modules. So we're going
okay.
to go back to the modules. I
Okay.
know it's a weird thing. We're going to go find that Village Voice.
Okay. Let's put it
Every
in there.
time I say Village Voice, I think of Harry Belafonte. And so
I
we're
almost started dancing.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, here
So
we
we're
are.
going to
Village Voice.
scroll to Village Voice discussion, and
Uh-huh.
we're going to move to the right to the three dots, which are the more options dots.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so we're going to click on those three option dots, which gives us a little pull down menu.
Okay, doc. Oops. There we
And
go.
then here we're going to hit the duplicate,
Oh,
which is
that's
the
what
third little option.
uh-oh, wait a minute. Are we in the right place?
Yes, I think you are.
Okay. Let's make sure.
Oh, no, you're right. Did you shift? You
I
did
seems
shift.
like my
That's
thing.
okay. You can delete it.
Okay, what did I just
You just
duplicate?
duplicated the Canvas
Oh,
student.
right here.
Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna
that's
get
okay.
what it
Yeah, it's your mouse is shifting.
yeah,
So we
it's
just
really
remove it.
tripling. Okay. Oh
Oh, you
God,
duplicated again.
really?
That's okay.
This mouse is driving me nuts. Remove,
Hmm.
and we're going to
And
go
remove the
back.
other copy. And you'll
I'm gonna
notice
use
this
my
is good
finger because this
practice.
is bugging me.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Hmm.
Don't cancel because I think your cursor was on something else. Okay, so we just need to make sure that it's on the right place. Okay,
Toolkit copy.
toolkit copy. So the good thing about this is that you have seen how when you duplicate something, it adds
Uh-huh.
copy to the end of it, right?
Okay.
So here we're just going to go ahead and
And
scroll down
remove it.
and remove.
Okay, now I'm gonna take, thank God, this is okay. So we're gonna go to the three dots here, and then we're gonna duplicate.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Now notice it put it right underneath, but
Okay.
it gave it a new thing. It says copy. But we
Mm-hmm.
know that we don't need this to be just a copy. We need
Mm-hmm.
this to be end of week 2
Mm-hmm.
Village Voice
Mm-hmm.
discussion, right?
Right.
So one of the things that you can do is you have a template here of your learning content module with
Uh-huh.
objectives page, curated, creative, Village Voice. So what you can do is scroll up to the top here of this
Mm-hmm.
module.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll have your module heading. So
Mm-hmm.
not that, why don't you collapse this one for now? Just so
Okay.
we're not hitting it all the time. So all you do by collapsing it is you click on the little arrow on the
Oh,
introductory
here.
module.
Wait a minute. What am I doing? Right here.
Introductory module, the gray part of the introductory module heading. Further down,
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
see,
I'm sorry.
further down, warmer to the left. To the left,
Oh, right here. This
yeah.
carrot.
You just carrot, you click on
Yeah,
that.
we don't even need it.
Just so we're not seeing it all the time.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
now go back up here. And where it says week 1, an introduction to critical thinking, move
Mm-hmm.
to the little 3 dots on the
Mm-hmm.
side.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go ahead and see if it will let us duplicate the whole module.
Okay.
All right. Now you've got 2. If you
Mm-hmm.
scroll down, you've got now all of these are copies
Uh-huh.
of the first original. But guess what?
Uh-huh.
This means that you can go into where it says here, end of week 1 Village Voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can go ahead and delete one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And so now let's see where we have, where you have the empty Village Voice copy. Why don't
Okay.
you click that open and let's delete that one because that's
Okay.
an empty discussion that you don't need.
This one here, the copy.
Let me see, where are you? Where are
So
you?
one says copy. The one underneath it says copy. The one at the top says discussion.
Uh-huh. So go ahead
So
and delete.
this one would be the empty one, right?
Yes.
All
So
right.
go ahead and delete. Now remove that. There.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we're doing right now is we're just cleaning this up, right?
Mhm.
And so now scroll down to what says The second one, change that immediately to say week 2.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
Wait, so don't click on that one. Well, you
Oops,
can click
I
here. That's
didn't
fine.
mean
You
it.
already clicked on it. Let's edit this here. That's good. You don't have to do this anyway. So you click on the 2 dots, the 3 dots to
Right.
edit.
We're gonna edit.
Uh-huh. And
And
this is where we're going to change this because this is not going to be a copy 2. This is going to be end of week 2, village voice discussion. So you'll notice that every item, you don't have to retype it, just end of week 2. Yeah. That each item has to have an original title, or else it will consider it a copy. So here, all you would need to do is make this for week 2. So you could have new links, right? You will have to change the due dates because the due dates were all for week 1, and now all the due dates need to be for week 2.
So we would go in here.
You go into manage the due dates, and then you would click on the calendar and just make it 1 week later.
All righty, so we go to September.
And actually, yeah, September 5th.
Oh, no, actually the 3rd. No, it's in the week.
Duh.
Duh.
That's okay.
The 5th, and then we would go to then
there. And notice if you just go below, you don't even have to switch it because the 4th is showing.
Okay. Oh, there we are. And
so
then
you can just
4th,
click on the 4th.
September, and then we go down. Unlock date cannot be what?
And no, that's okay. When you click on the until date, that'll make sense.
Okay. So
that's okay. You can leave that one the way it is.
Okay.
Because that's and
Oh,
then
wait a minute. The due date is on the 5th.
So if you go to the until box there, the last box, and then make that, instead of making that August 30th, make it the 6th, just by going down one.
That's why the goofy.
Yeah. And then so this is the easy way to create another discussion, you know, and
without
then you just
even
change a couple
having
of
to
things.
keep
Yeah,
doing
because
it.
it's kind of a pain to have to retype the heading, retype your post or whatever you want to
Now,
say.
do I have to keep duplicating that? You know how we did the module? Because then that'll just confuse me. Does that make sense?
You don't have to duplicate the module. Did you save this?
Oh, God.
That's okay. But,
No.
you know, the good thing is that you've seen what the process is like. To answer your question, you don't have to duplicate the module every time. I do sometimes because I don't want to redo a lot of the things. The structure of my module, for example. But one of the things that you can do is create a new module from scratch. And then just add the duplicated things that you have in there.
Okay, so I'm just doing this now because I know I'll forget, and it's easier for me to do it than to write it.
Yes,
then that'll take a whole bunch of time. Okay, and
week 2.
Okay.
Week 2.
Let's see.
So if you don't put in end of week 2, this is going to be automatically a duplicate. And it's going to frustrate you to death.
All right, there we go. It has to be a different.
There has to be that difference. Yes.
On Thursday, and I'll just add that later. But okay, so we're gonna
update. Well, you can save it, but you can update the
these.
due dates if you want.
All right, so we're gonna do the 20.
You just, the green is where the due date is, and you can just go one row down.
Right.
To the 5th.
Okay, so that's the 5th.
That's my cheat. My that's fine.
Yeah, it is the 5th.
5th,
5th, and then the 6th. Okay.
And then the available from.
Okay. Here we go. And then that is the 4th. And then apply.
And apply, and then save.
Oh, that's what I forgot.
Save. There. Right. So yes, the duplicating of the modules, the way that I just showed you to do, that's in case you already have your structure. You already have everything. You already know where your objectives are going to go, your learning content, your curated content, your, you know, your quizzes and all of that already. So you can be systematic and
Mhm.
mirror every
Mhm.
week. Every week is not going to be absolutely the same, clearly, you know. You might have
Mhm.
weeks where it's a midterm, so you give them less content.
Mhm.
You know, maybe you give them a review. Um,
Okay.
and so they may be different. Here, clearly, you're going to go and update the web sources. So those would be the main thing to update so that every week reflects the actual week, you know, that you're in.
I got
It's
it.
week 2.
Now, you just told me I do not have to do the copy the module. I could do a new module altogether
Yes.
or
And let's
but
practice that. Go to the modules
okay.
list,
Okay.
and we're going to go to the top where it says add module.
Right. That's the yeah.
And then here you give it the title, week 3.
Mhm.
And then whatever week 3, just the description for week 3.
And we don't
Maybe
have to put the module name, right? I mean,
no,
module number.
the number. And then it is helpful for
Let's
students
say
to know.
module 3.
Oh no, you don't have to put module 3.
You
What
don't?
helps is to say, we're going to talk about the civil rights now,
All right.
or we're going to talk about, you know,
Whatever it is.
inspiration. You
Mhm.
know, so maybe we want to talk about the Black Panther movement,
Right.
or maybe now we're going to talk
I'll just
about
say name a topic.
name
So,
of topic. Yeah.
okay.
And then add module.
Uh-huh.
And you'll notice that everything that you add goes to the bottom of the scroll,
Right.
and it is going to be blank.
Mhm.
So there, you can see it doesn't have anything.
Right.
But
Yeah.
what you can do with this is then you can copy things and then place them into that module.
Right.
That's the other
Okay.
way to do it.
I
Now
know how to
here,
choose the files. I just don't know how to necessarily drag them.
right. So right here, right above that, equity inclusivity, that's a duplicate. So click
Mhm.
on it. We're going to open that and we're going to delete it. You clearly don't need 2 of these. Go to
Right.
the 3 dots on the top right hand
And delete it.
and delete. The difference between remove and delete is when you delete something, it's no longer in your pages.
Right.
When you remove something from the modules, it just doesn't show in the modules, but it exists
In the
somewhere
pages
else.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here for week 2, because we don't want to confuse Emma and Crystala.
Uh-huh.
For here, how about we go ahead and edit that module to read week 2?
Okay.
So, and then we'll keep it unpublished because they're not going to review that module necessarily.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we'll change that to say
2.
week 2.
And they can't see that or they won't
They can
review
see it.
it.
They can see everything.
Okay.
They have equal, and then instead of it saying an introduction to critical thinking copy, how
Mhm.
about we just leave it the way you have the other one, where it says
Okay.
title of content or something, or whatever it
Okay.
is. Yeah, title. Mhm.
Not ZV.
Yeah. And that way you have a placeholder. So here, other things you can do is you
Mhm.
can go to the left-hand side, the right-hand side,
Mhm.
click on the 3 dots of the actual module 1 critical thinking objectives and outcomes. So not the actual module. Scroll down a little bit because you clicked on the 3 dots, but it's in the wrong place. The 3
Okay.
dots are for the module instead of for the page.
Oh, here.
Yeah. So we want the page
Oh,
one, the one below that.
right
There
here.
you go. So the short way to do this without clicking opening editing is to
Mhm.
edit from here.
Okay.
So you can
Right here.
click on the 3 dots,
Oh, okay.
edit, and then change the title. So this is going to be module 2. And then it might be critical thinking learning objectives, but here you can just leave it learning objectives and outcomes.
Of week 2 or
Mm-hmm.
module 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so not because you just don't want to leave all these copies there. That's all.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
want it to look like it's original. Here, instead of it saying curated learning content page copy,
Okay.
it would actually say whatever it is that's that content, PowerPoint,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah, or whatever it
Oh,
is. So it would actually have the title. Students
okay.
don't need to know if our work is curated or created. All they want to know, PowerPoint on civil rights movement,
Mm-hmm.
or they want to lecture on I Have a Dream.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, or it can be Million Man March,
Why did
article,
it even come up as curated learning?
because we copied it.
Okay.
We copied your original that had, so here you can just say placeholder for article,
Okay.
or, you know, placeholder for PowerPoint, or, so you can plan ahead more or less what you want to put in each weekly module.
Mm-hmm.
My modules go by, I have 16 chapters in my poli-sci book.
Uh-huh.
Each module is each one of my chapters.
Right.
So I just keep it simple and try to match up as much as possible.
Okay. Okay, so we want to take all this copy out.
Yes. So for example, that right there, yeah, you can do this created,
Okay,
and
so
then edit it to make it something else that makes sense to you, like what you'd want to put here.
I don't even know.
So you can just put slides or slide presentation, because you don't have to use PowerPoint. You can use whatever you want
Mm-hmm.
for that.
PowerPoint is just easy.
Yeah, I know, pretty easy now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't when we were learning it though.
Oh, heck no. Okay, modules. I'm going back.
So I know
I
this
should
is
have
a
put
lot that I
previous.
just threw at you. I hope that it makes sense. Your
It
village
does.
voice, you still
So
have
that's
that original.
3. That's week 2. This is week 1. My
In week
concern,
one, you see how
it,
you have those two discussions? The
right.
village voice discussion, your original one,
Mm-hmm.
that one is empty right now. It doesn't have anything in it. So click
Okay.
on it and let's just delete it. So it's not confusing you or your students or anybody.
Or
You
anyone.
click on the
Okay,
three
so
little dots
and then we're gonna go do.
and you just delete it, because
Okay.
you don't need it anymore.
All right.
And
So
even if
we.
you did, you could create a discussion super fast.
Okay. So then it looks like that.
Uh-huh.
End of week 1. Okay. So let's go back to modules.
Mhm.
All right.
There you
And
go.
come on.
And
All right.
then normally, let's see, your equity, you have an equity page. Normally, that's not the last thing that we include.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that somewhere else in your introductory module?
Uh, yes.
You do. If it's already in the orientation or introductory module, your equity and inclusivity,
Uh-huh.
then you don't have to have it here in this module, week 1 module.
Okay. Let's double check that it's there. I believe
Yes,
it
that's a
is.
good idea.
And I wonder, does it have to be in a specific place? Because she had us order these um
Specifically, right?
specifically. And so she had us like, okay, these are the order. This is the order all the way up to here.
The meet and greet, probably.
Yep, that's the last one. But
I
we're
would say that the inclusivity
Mhm.
one or student support, how about you put that page under student support here in this module instead?
Okay. Because she had us saying you have to have that page and you have to have it there.
Oh,
So
if there's a specific place you wanted it, I would just put it there.
okay, yeah, she just left this. And then now where my quiz, okay, our textbook, I don't know why I put my textbook there. So I think she wanted the quiz here.
Okay,
But wait a minute, hold on. For some reason,
after the meet and greet.
okay,
Okay.
there we go. She wants that there, and then I just put those there because I didn't know where they went.
Mhm. So
And
there are
it
two
seems to be,
ways to move that equity statement. You can
uh-huh.
either click on the 3 dots and then move it up to where you want it, or you can just drag it.
Okay, so the one down. Okay, I guess I thought I had it there. I don't know. Okay,
It's a good thing we didn't delete it, huh?
right? Because okay, so up, uh, and it doesn't have to be in a particular place.
It does, and sometimes there's a place where it makes sense.
Okay,
You know.
so yeah,
All
I didn't
right.
know.
So let's look at your learning module now. So you've got your learning objectives, for
Okay,
your learning
you want
module.
me to do this for this
Yeah,
one?
collapse it because
Okay,
it's
it's
long.
in the way.
So we've got your learning objectives. We've got a placeholder for your curated learning content, which is where I thought you could put your article. And then you have
Okay,
a place for your created learning content. That could be a lecture, video, as
okay,
long as you introduce it, right?
okay, so created is like, I can
That's
put it,
normally you.
okay.
That's normally your PowerPoint, your video. If
So I
you
could
wrote an
take one
art,
of my PowerPoints and just stick it in there.
yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, so I already have some created
Mhm.
learning. Um,
Then
in
you have your assignment here. Contrast the past with the present brief essay. I would move that up above the discussion so you can let the discussion be the wrap up.
okay,
End of week 1, Village Voice discussion.
gotcha.
So if you wanted to just be obvious to your reviewers,
Uh-huh.
you could say end of week 1, Village Voice discussion wrap up, or end of week 1 wrap up, Village Voice discussion. Do you see what I'm saying? Just so you
Mhm.
could be obvious to your reviewers
Okay, so no,
that
that
this is
makes
like
sense
your
to me.
summary page.
Okay, so let's, uh,
It,
oh, okay.
so what sounds, but yeah, discussion wrap up. Yeah.
I think that's good for because it's end of the week
Mhm.
and then save.
And then save.
Now, okay, let's go back over so I don't have to take up so much more time. Um, module. So these are the things I should add. So let me go back. I'm concerned because Crystal is really like a stickler.
Mhm.
If these things are here, like this one and this one, she'll start tripping.
Well, you can just say that you started to build, you can delete them if you want. If you think she's going to trip because these are here,
Yeah,
then you can delete them because we created this so you could see the copy, the duplicate.
exactly.
So it was an
But I
exercise.
know what you're talking about
Yeah,
now.
we can delete these.
Okay, so
So,
let's just delete them because I just,
yeah.
Emma is not so much a stickler. Um, this is critical. We don't need this one, but I know what I really appreciate you going
Just
through
don't
all
delete
that.
this one. This is the one you need. Don't delete it.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
Like,
You made me panic a
how
little
did
bit.
it jump like that?
I don't know, but
Okay, this thing, I'm gonna use my
yes.
finger.
Yeah, you're going to have to be very careful and cautious when you're deleting stuff because it
Right.
is clearly moving you.
And I
So
don't know
that,
why.
yeah, what you pointed at is not really what is,
Doing what I'm okay.
yes.
And I don't know what's going on if it's my computer.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's click on where the 3 dots below
Okay, let's click. Why
once.
is it doing that?
I'm not sure. Wondering
Is
if
it
it's
my,
sticking
hold
on
on a
some.
minute. Let me see if I can clean. I don't know if it's my mouse pad.
Sometimes it could be there.
Okay, so let's try that again. It's still jumping. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We're just gonna do this for now and leave it alone because I don't know why it might just need to be
It might
cleaned.
just be the mouse, might be stuck on something.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. I don't have time for that. I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
Um,
But you
okay, so
pretty much have your module, but do go double check the assignment
okay,
to
let's go
see.
back
Mm-hmm.
to see. Okay, so let's go in the complete sure content. So I guess created and curated. Okay, so created module, what is that defined as? Created module, see regular and substantive interaction. Okay, I remember that. Check your work to be sure all content is equitable and culturally responsive, whatever. Da, da, da. Okay, so what specific things or specific connections and objectives should they look for? Are they going to be tested on the entire video? Okay, so for assigned readings and instructions, key concepts, vocabulary, da da da.
Mhm.
So, thing.
In layman's terms, your created learning content is whatever you're going to share with students. The way it looks like in a face-to-face class is our
Mhm.
lecture.
Mhm.
We go in and we give a lecture on whatever it is. Your lecture here, it can be you giving a 4-minute, okay, let's take a look at the key points of this. All right. And then you give them that lecture. You record the
Mhm.
video, you put it there for them. It
Okay.
can be a PowerPoint. In essence, the created content is what have you created for students
Okay.
versus the curated is what have you borrowed from other people that you're presenting to students.
Okay.
Created is yours,
So that
curated,
could be a article,
it can,
a
yes, like the article that you have
film.
there,
Mhm.
that article can be curated learning content because it's not your own article.
Mhm.
It's an article that you're borrowing from some other people.
Mhm.
And so that's the main difference. But what they're saying also is that we don't just give them the video. We tell
Mhm.
them why, what to do with the video, review, take notes. This video can help you later on the quiz, on the
Mhm.
upcoming quiz.
Mhm.
Or it can be read this article carefully, annotate it. You can use this article and its information on the upcoming essay.
Mhm.
Remember to cite your work or whatever it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
So you have to tell them why you've included this work and how it's going to help them.
Mhm. Okay.
I mean, you and I probably old school. If our teacher gave us a book, they didn't even have to say anything. We would
Right.
start reading, right? They wouldn't even have to say read chapter 2, we would get that book and we would go and start reading table of contents and start reading.
Mhm.
But students nowadays want to know, do I have to read the whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, like 2 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. Okay, so you were required to, in the last module, to create one curated, um, if using publisher content. I didn't do any of that, so we can skip that. Build out your student to student interaction. Now, I want to make sure I'm getting that right.
So this here's that discussion. Your end of week discussion
Okay.
is a place for students to interact with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an activity. They're
Oh,
they're going to talk about, whatever tips they have, the topics that they liked best, their challenges. You and
okay.
yours, you can be specific to whatever. You
Okay.
can have them discuss the article specifically.
So I'm going to go in and, like, on a blank discussion, hit the plus to create.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that page. Okay. Let's
Or
go
you
in.
can use the one I gave you.
Oh, just use the one. Okay.
You can use the one that I gave you
Just
for
do what I
quiz.
did.
Yes,
Okay.
just do what you did.
Make
The
it
only
easy.
thing that you're going to update is like
It's all the stuff in it.
yes, the stuff inside it, because then, when you have like the Confederacy and well, I don't know.
Use
I mean, you'd have to make
Monica.
it relevant.
Right.
Your-
Monica's. Okay. Discussion page. So we're just going to do the same thing.
Mhm.
Say, don't make it hard, V.
I mean, I think that you'll find that the online community of teachers, it's very generous. We like to help each other.
I really appreciate it too.
We really
Okay.
aren't stingy with our stuff. The only time that we pause a little bit is when somebody, and I'll stop recording.
So I want to go into, I'm going to share my screen with you.
That sounds great.
So bloody, 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 bloody. Where is that darn thing? Excuse me. Thank you. All
There you
right.
go.
So we are in the rubric
Yes.
and we're going to go create
Yes.
rubric.
And you already started out here. So all you need to do, wait a second.
Uh-oh.
So you created it, but you can edit it.
Okay.
You edit by clicking on the little pencil.
Where are we at? Oh,
So scroll down, not there.
uh-oh.
So here
I'm going
you'll
too
edit.
fast.
I know, it's crazy. Here you'll edit to add the instructions, but
Oh,
the
right
rubric
here.
has a little pencil there.
There we go.
And this is where you edit this. So here, once it activates, instead of some rubric, title it.
Okay.
Essay. This is going to be your essay rubric.
Riff.
And I totally recommend keeping this as generic as possible
Okay.
so that you can reuse it for every essay they're going to write this semester.
Okay. So essay rubric.
Uh-huh.
We'll just
Then,
take rubric out.
yeah. Then
Okay.
here you can, and there's a space. I don't know if that's going to make weird things later when you search for it. There's
Mhm.
a space in front of the E for essay.
Okay.
So you might want to, yeah, there you go. Then here, click on the little pencil for description of criteria range.
Mhm.
And then you're going to edit this. What's this criteria? Is it ownership of work? Did they include their name? I
Mhm.
have mine is called single spaced heading. It could be like you could do double space heading, whatever it is, or heading. If you don't care how they put in their heading, you
Mhm.
just want the heading in there, then you
Mhm.
could put heading. Then
Okay.
the
We'll
long
just play with it.
description is this is
Mhm.
where you're going to tell them specifically. If you
Mhm.
want a single space, if you want a double space, if you want to make sure they included their name, the course, the date,
Okay.
whatever it is that later
Whatever
on
the
is gonna be-
criterion is.
yeah.
Okay.
The way I figure it is like, how would I be taking points off? And I'm like, oh, I take points off if it's all wonky. So then here, if you don't want that to be 5 points or 0 points, notice it's all or none,
Uh-huh.
right? You can hit the plus button and give them partial points. So you see that
Ah.
little blue plus button between
Uh-huh.
5 points and 0 points? That will help you put a partial.
Oh.
So if you want to give them like 3 points because they included a heading, but it's all wonky, it's not the, it's not quite the right formatting, then you can do that. Other things, so that's where you're going to edit the points for this.
Mhm.
If the heading is not enough for this essay, then you want to plus criteria. So you're going to add another criteria. That's another row. And it's right below there under heading
Oh, right here.
range. Uh-huh. So there you can duplicate. If you have a lot of language that makes sense, you could duplicate the heading one. Normally, a new criteria means new description, right?
Okay.
So click on plus criteria. And then here, a new criteria right
Will
there.
emerge.
Yeah.
So did it do
No,
it?
it
No.
didn't do it. It didn't
Okay.
do it.
Looked weird. Plus
You
criteria.
have to click where it says new criteria. There you go.
Okay, got it. I didn't see it.
And
Okay.
then this one could be page number. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. If that's going to be a criteria, maybe you want the page number to be part of it.
I'm just putting this here so I can know what I'm looking at.
Okay.
And then,
Normally this is
okay, so that's how they do the columns or
the
rows.
columns, yeah. And then if
Okay.
you wanted, those are all the criteria rows. If you wanted the rating columns, you click on the plus buttons to give partial points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last thing to do is click on where it says use this rubric for assignment grading,
Mm-hmm.
because that way, when you go in to use a rubric to give points, you can just click, 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 click. It will do the math for you.
So
And
it's
then
update rubric, right? Or no?
that's the save button.
Oh, oh, where's use criteria? Did you say use
Yeah,
criteria?
so it's the second to the last little square there, toggle
Oh,
square.
let's see. Come on, girl. What you doing? What am I missing?
So it's where under criteria, right
Mhm.
above cancel, there's a high score total for
Oh, down
assessment
here.
results. I don't do that. I use this rubric for assignment grading
Uh-huh.
because it makes it super fast for me
Oh.
to just click on the criteria that they met, where they have partial points. The rubric will do the math for me and I can concentrate on giving them comments and feedback.
Oh, okay. So each time I go, let me make sure I understand. Say, for example, I'm creating an assignment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at the left-hand bottom and hit that rubric plus.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in anything I want to, whether it's a quiz, whether it's a whatever.
Normally quizzes, we don't add rubrics to
Okay.
quizzes, but
Okay.
discussions and assignments definitely.
Okay. So
Your
discussion.
discussion already has a rubric. So you don't have to worry about that because your
Okay.
discussion, the one I gave you and that you
Uh-huh.
created,
Uh-huh.
already has a rubric to it.
But
So-
usually the content that we add rubrics to would be just an assignment. What else?
An assignment and a discussion.
And that's it?
That's it.
Nothing else need a rubric? Nothing else?
Normally not the quizzes because the quizzes, they get a right answer, wrong answer kind of right
Okay,
away.
got it.
So
So
you
you
don't
don't need a
really like,
criteria for
yeah,
that. It's either right or wrong.
it's, yes.
Okay. And so that just adds to either whatever I want to.
Yeah. And then again, that use this rubric for assignment grading, because we forget this. And then later on, we're like, why didn't it have the points?
Mm-hmm.
And then students are, I don't have any points. And so you just, that's why that's important there.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
show you an example of a
Uh-huh.
rubric. If you scroll up,
Okay.
they show
Wait a minute,
you
I'm
like
in
a
the wrong
little,
thing.
yeah, they'll show you an example of the rubric.
Okay, so not in this page.
No, in their assignment,
their-
their instruction, yeah.
Okay.
See,
Let's
there it is. You just scroll past it. So
Go back.
building your assignment, click on plus rubric,
Okay, got it. Do
rubrics,
the
and so then they
assignment.
show
And you
you.
know, sometimes you go in I keep calling that thing infrastructure. That is not what that's called. You know this.
Yes, you go into Canvas.
In the Canvas instruction thing. It can be a little ambiguous, and then some parts of it is
Yeah.
really easy to understand. So it's just
Yes.
then
And
it's
then you
me.
can also go back to BEOI, go back to their assignments and take a look at how they constructed their rubrics
Exactly.
or how they phrased the instructions for it, how they phrase their discussion. So you can take a look at how they structured stuff also as
Just
examples.
how in their shell,
Mm-hmm.
how they structure. And I saw that and thought about it. But you know, it's like I think my brain is just going so fast because it's so much.
Right. No, it is a lot. So we're going to, I guess I can stop recording here
Yeah, and I think
to resume the recording. Go to your module there.
all right, we're going to be in my module.
Okay, so here, introductory module. Go to the
Mhm.
introductory, click on the three dots on the side,
Mhm.
and then, oops, why did I highlight?
Being
Okay,
crazy.
there. And then here, we're going to go into edit, click edit. There you go.
Mhm. What in
Now,
the-
notice that you have a lock until. Normally, for the first one, we don't lock anything.
Right.
For week 2, I lock the module because I don't want students to access it
Mhm.
until the Wednesday before the week we're going to do it. But
Right.
that doesn't start till week 2. Here, plus requirement or add requirement, you're
Mhm.
going to click on that and you're going to say complete all.
Okay.
And then that's I think
Save
that
it.
you do that, complete all, then add requirement right there.
Okay.
So you have the first one,
Okay.
then you have the second one. And then the second one was a welcome letter, then add requirement. So this is also a new feature. Before we had to manually tell it which one. Now
Okay.
you just can click add requirement and it'll add the next one, which is a super great feature. Notice that
Okay.
now it has drop, campus resources, technology, meet and greet. So this is a great new thing that's happened in the last 3 weeks.
So we keep doing that
Keep
requirement?
doing it until you reach the end of
Done.
that week. Office hours, equity statement, and then your Canvas student. Now save.
Okay.
Now we're going to go back to that intro module to just take a quick look at it, and I'm going to show you where the telltale signs are.
Okay. Come on. What
Okay,
the-
so go down to the bottom. What's that?
what's
That
going
box is
on here?
open.
It seems like, oh,
Continue.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
right.
here, if we go to your intro module, open
Mhm.
it up so we can take a look at it. You'll notice that it's set for view, that little tiny bit. History of African Americans, and then under it, it says view,
Mhm.
view, 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 view. If you had an assignment where you wanted them to complete it,
Mhm.
then you would say participate, complete, or whatever.
And that would be in that little area that we
Yes.
just came out of. Okay.
But for now, view is fine. I have
Mhm.
view on all of mine, as long as you understand why it says view
Mhm.
and it doesn't say something else, because
So you're not doing anything to it, you're just reading it.
you're just reading, you're just looking at it. So for
Mhm.
me, my students, I just want them to open it. It's
Mhm.
up to them if they complete it or not complete it. I just want them to open that and see it. And so that's why you see view, view, view. But wherever you have a discussion,
Uh-huh.
that instead of view could have been participate.
So
you know.
tell me one more time. Let me go back through that, make sure I understood where I went to that. So
Okay, so
so
it's
I
the
went
three dots
right.
at the module and module above. So one more,
Oh, there we go.
and then edit.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and so scroll down a little bit so you can see them all.
Okay, let me look. Alrighty.
So notice it has the first one, the second, the third, meet
Mhm.
communication plan, meet and greet. Now pause at meet and greet. Let me show you something. So
Okay.
see how it says view this item, but it has a little
Oh,
downward
and you
caret.
go down here and you would
You could
contribute
say
to page.
contribute to this page, but I
Okay.
would not put that in. I wouldn't put contribute to the page because that
Okay.
can make things a little bit wonky later on.
Okay.
So I just leave it as view, but just so you know that you have,
That's what's available.
yes, because I just want to make sure that, we're not just skipping over something that could be important later on.
Okay.
And then for your next one, because I ask you to do this for your next one.
Mhm. So that's the
So,
introductory, that's the course, let's see,
mhm.
course introduction.
So now for this one, I'm not going to
'Cause
talk.
this is
I'm going to,
supposed to this is what she kinda dinged me on. That's why I was worried about all this stuff being there. Um,
so I'm not going to speak. I'm going to let you put the requirements for your learning content module.
okay.
So that would
That's
be
okay,
week
we're gonna
one
close
module.
this again, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of busy.
It is. Okay. So I'm sorry, what was your question again?
So here, week one module, you go ahead and put the requirements in.
Okay. Let's see if I can figure this one out.
So it has to be through the module level. You can only put the
Oh,
requirements in through the modules list.
that's right. Okay, we're in there,
So look at the module heading, the one in gray.
right here.
Move your cursor to the more options, the three dots there. At that level, you're going to hit edit.
Right. Okay.
So
Mm.
here you can lock until, you can put a prerequisite. You can say, I don't want you working on any of week one content until you've opened everything in the introductory module.
Right.
If that were the case, you would click on prerequisite,
Mhm. And then say complete, but
and
I
then
don't
it
know.
would give you the option,
Right.
introductory module. So just so you can test it out, click on plus prerequisite button. See how it says introductory module?
Mhm.
That means students need to open everything in the intro module before they can unlock the week one module for themselves.
I think that's actually good under the circumstances. So lock until and then
I
go
would not put the lock until
don't put
just
lock
because
until.
it's week one. So you
Oh,
want them
that's
to,
right.
yeah. And then here are the requirements then.
Whoops. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. So the requirements section, that's where you're going to add every item. So your page, all the pages, and you have your assignment and you have your discussion.
Oh. So here,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
So
hold
there's the
on.
first one.
All right.
So you're asking them to view that, to view the objectives page.
Okay.
Then you're asking them to view the curated content, whatever that content is going to be. You're
And
asking
then
them
the
to view
created.
it, to view the created,
What?
to view the contrast. Now, if you want them to participate in this, then you could down caret and then make it something else instead of view. But I don't recommend that just
No.
because.
Sounds weird. Okay. Village Voice. We want to view that.
And that's the last thing that you have. So you can go ahead and save and then
Continue.
continue. And then now if you look right under what says module one, you'll see a view.
Mm-hmm.
If you look under curated, you'll see a view. So this is my fast way to tell if I've done it or not. If I don't see
Oh,
view, then I know I've not done that part yet.
okay.
The other
So
thing,
this is a discussion and it says view two. Do we
it says
want?
view, you could
Mhm.
make it say participate, you know? And then the other thing that you need to add to this module is your quiz.
Oh, and the quiz, I thought the quiz should be, I don't know
Quiz
why.
every week.
Oh, it's every week.
Yes. So here you're going to quiz your students on the content you gave them.
Oh,
So say
why
the
did
article, let's
this?
say that famous article I'm going back to all the time.
Okay, yeah.
So that article, you want them to read it. And so
Mhm,
then you in the instructions read this article. It will help you on the quiz, you know?
mhm,
And then you include a quiz. And then in that quiz, you can make reference to that article. It can be vocabulary, it can
mhm.
be, time frame, when was this event?
So
I
we
make
would, mhm.
the quizzes, my tip is to always make them multiple choice, true, false. If you
It's so
want
much
like short,
easier.
yeah, if you want short essay, long essay, or anything like
Mhm.
that, make that an assignment
Okay.
because you have to read it anyway. So with the quizzes, I make Canvas do the heavy lift on that. Canvas
Mhm,
always grades all my quizzes.
mhm.
I only ever go back to the quizzes if like too many people failed the quiz. Then I'm like, uh-oh, I gotta look at my wording. Or did I put the wrong answers in? Or what did I do with that quiz that everybody failed? But for the most part, I give students 3 attempts.
Mhm.
It's open book, open notes, because I don't want to
Right.
police them. And I
Mhm.
just want them really to read the chapter or the article. And then I give them those 3 attempts. I give them about 2 hours, well enough time to do it. They only need 20 minutes, but I give them two
Mhm.
hours and then and so that the quiz normally has 10 multiple choice questions. I keep it as simple as possible.
Mhm.
It's in essence rewarding them for doing the reading and the homework.
That's really good information. Thank you.
Mhm.
Now, if I were to, so every module should have a quiz at the end, is what you're saying?
It should have a quiz after the content.
Okay, so if I wanted to add a quiz here,
Yes.
I would then go to quizzes.
No, you would go
No.
up to that module where it says the
Okay.
plus sign. So to the right there. And then instead of assignment, you're adding a quiz.
Quiz. Duh.
And then this create a
Create
quiz.
quiz.
Mhm. And then you
And
give
then
it the
add.
quiz name. So this could
Okay.
be chapter one quiz. If
Mhm.
chapter one is on critical thinking, you could say critical thinking
I could
quiz.
just say critical thinking quiz.
Yeah.
That's easy because then I won't get, oh, Venus, really?
And it looks like you already have a quiz. We look above,
Uh-huh.
unless
It
that
is
critical,
there.
yeah, unless that critical thinking quiz is something else.
Nope, that is it.
That's it. So
So,
you just select it,
and then add.
add item,
Oh,
and then you position it. So you move it right after the content. So they're reading the content and then they get quizzed on it right away.
okay. So,
And then you leave the end of week discussion, especially
oh,
since
by
that's,
itself.
yeah, because that's your conclusion page.
Okay.
So
So brief
it can be
essay.
right there. Yeah.
Okay. Contrast. Okay. So I don't want this to be an essay then, do I?
Well, normally the assignments are essays. It could be a brainstorm. It can be a
Okay.
comic. I have
Okay.
students create comics. I
Okay.
have assignments that are like, where is your hometown, or,
So I
share
have
your
to add all of
hometown.
these.
So you can have all kinds of assignments. They don't have to be brief essays or brainstorms or
So
I
just
have
depends on what it
Mhm.
is.
It just depends. Sometimes I have that assignments that's 3 topics. Oh, and I shared that with you, that
You
assignment, right?
did. I really enjoyed that. Let me look again. Okay, so then now the last thing is to clean up your course for review. I think. Hold on. Yeah. Yep. Clean up your course for review.
And then what's this walk-up video? What's this walkthrough video?
Okay. This is what they tell us to do, I guess.
Watch us walk through. I would watch it. It's
Oh,
20
yeah,
minutes,
definitely.
but I would watch it. Yeah.
Definitely.
They tell you how to to assign it. They tell you how to submit. Yeah, I would definitely go through the video, especially because like you and I are we're visual learners.
Yes.
So if we
So
can
it's very
see,
helpful because
yes.
when they do all this here, and I think sometimes I need to pay more attention to the video. Of course, here we are at the last week. Um, I would try to read and understand it, and it would frustrate me.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes. All right.
Can't spell now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
And shared
shared
content.
content.
Mm-hmm. And then you will see
Oh,
there, I gave you the 3
oh my
topics
God.
assignment.
Thank you.
So you can click on the 3 dots actions for the 3
Okay.
topics.
Preview.
You can preview it, say, what was it again she gave me?
Oh, this is so
Oh,
cool.
this is what she gave me. Only because it has a really nice placeholders for what they might be looking for.
Yeah.
Description, purpose, directions, or instruction.
This is
And then
so
here I just
cool.
have a bunch of like what I want my students to do. But I think it might even bring over the rubric for this assignment.
And it
So,
said that it was embedded.
mhm.
I
And
love this.
so you can go ahead and close this bit, the preview,
Okay. And then
go to
we'll go
the 3 dots, import, and then you can place it. You can place it in your practice shell. So what's that? There it is.
come on,
Be
stop it.
some,
Wrong one. This is the one.
there it is.
And import.
And then import. Now,
Thank you.
because you imported this without placing it, you can place it and place it in your week 1 or week 3 if you just want to play with it there in week 3 and not
I'll
mess
do
up
it
your week
here
1.
at the top.
And you
We're
can
gonna
place
put
it
it.
after, probably should go after your other assignment. You know how you have that essay assignment you're thinking about whether you want to
Okay.
do or not?
The brief essay right
There,
here.
so it can be after that one. So you just click there and
And
then
close.
close.
There we go. Oh, thank
Yes, sure thing. And so when you go back into your practice shell,
you. Okay.
you should find it there. Sometimes you need to refresh your browser if it
Oh,
doesn't
that's
pop
right.
up.
You did say that.
Sometimes. So you refresh your browser and then sometimes you can see it right there. And if you don't, that's okay because we did that kind of twice. You can go to plus symbol for
Okay.
your module. So not out there for that module. And then go to assignments and see how it says imported assignments 3 times.
Okay. And then add.
And then add that. And then again, make that your own, place it where you want it to be placed. We're going to try to leave the end of week 1 discussion wrap up as the last thing because that's your conclusion page.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you can just click on that 3 dot, the domino kind of symbol and move that up.
Move it up.
Yeah, so that it's not the last thing. Because there you go. That can be there. It can be above the quiz. You can put it there. And then play with it, decide what you want to do there. And then
Well, I didn't create it, so
yeah, no,
put
but
it
you
in there.
can, I mean, make it your own so that it's actually your own. The placeholders just kind of show you what they're looking for.
Okay.
We give an assignment, we need to give students instruction.
Oh, Jeff. Okay, so these should be the only things that are actually here, which is the introductory model, and then, I'm sorry, module, and then the week 1. We
Yeah.
shouldn't be asked for anything else, right?
Yeah, you can try to delete that week 3 if that's,
I know, I don't know what the flying.
can try that again. Let's see, click once, then scroll slowly up to delete, click delete. Did it do it? No, it's left, huh?
Something is wrong with this.
Maybe you'll be able to do it once you're not sharing,
Maybe. Okay,
you
well,
know?
I'll try it.
Okay.
Thank you.